Hello, and welcome back to our United States 1890 campaign, Waves of Steel. This is, I believe, episode 4 of this particular playthrough. Um, Probably more like episode 6 of the third season, so to speak, because we had to restart with the update that happened just the other day. The last episode, we finished the war up with Japan. Very unsatisfactory. We just took whatever piece we could get that didn't cost us anything. It, it really felt like a little bit of a waste. The U.S. is kind of in a strange position in this era. Don't really have any overseas possessions yet where we can actually come to grips with an enemy. If we do fight, we kind of have to fight an enemy that has access to the Caribbean. Like they have to come to us, essentially. They have to come to the East Coast, which would be Britain, or come to the Caribbean, which is a lot of other people, because we can't really project power. Anyhow, looks like we are finishing up some of our Mobile class heavy cruisers, or light cruisers, that is. So these will end up going into the first light cruiser division. So let's go ahead and assign these over to like Division 5, and then we'll assign these to Division 4, I suppose. Just get them out of that number 2 spot. Then we're going to fill squadrons, divisions 1 and 2 up with these Mobile, which hopefully will do a little bit better than our Galveston class did. The Galveston, I don't know. I really went for uh, quantity over quality on those, and we did pay for it. We ended up paying for it, so there you go. We've got ships out on various little tasks here. Actually, let's go ahead and move these to Division 8. And we're going to put all these on foreign station. And we can put this on active fleet and move it home. So let's bring it back to the North American East Coast. We'll take that one with it. And we have something, I can't tell where this is actually going. North American East Coast, so that's good. And the goal of doing this is to get our more combat-oriented ships like the Galvestons, which aren't that great right now, actually. Uh, get them, with the rest of the fleet, and we'll send out this sort of mixed band of Rowleys and San Franciscos to be our foreign station ships. And we'll give it like a month or two and see where the rest of these stuff lands. Hopefully, it's all coming home. And if not, then we'll figure out, what's going on there. Anyhow, enough blathering. Let's go ahead and press the next button and hope we don't go to war with Russia immediately. That would be pretty lame. Let's try to get rid of someone who's incompetent. There we go. Fare thee well. All right. So we now have 70 capacity in the North Pacific, which is kind of sweet. Did we get any interesting messages? Not particularly. Japan is increasing spending, and it looks like Germany is struggling with money. Take a look here. Germany has a little bit less money than we do, but boy, do they have a lot of tonnage. So we do have some extra cash. We could build. What could we build with that? Maybe some more heavy cruisers, because we were getting some complaints about our lack of tonnage in heavy cruisers. But I kind of want to see if the tension will go down there with Russia. Well, looks like we might be raising. Let's give up a prestige to avoid just going to war, because Russia is in the top 4 there on the left nations, so it would get affected by has the chance to get affected by these sorts of decisions. As much as I would like more budget, I just don't want to go to war with Russia right now. It's too hard to reach them and too hard for them to reach us. So let's go ahead and get these into a division just in case something dumb happens to break out like a war. And we have a lot of money right now, so maybe we'll build up monthly balance for a couple of months at least while we work on a design here. Hang on. All right, let's get rid of these extra Corvettes. Scrap them. There we go. That leaves us with, it doesn't say at the top anymore how many you have selected. It used to say at the top how many you had, it used to say right there, I think. So now we have to like manually count. 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 10 of those. So it doesn't, yeah. I don't like that change. Didn't it used to say like up there how many you would have selected? Might be worth complaining about to the dev, because that was very useful. So we have enough of those. We don't need to build any more destroyers. Our destroyer tech is pretty blah right now. So we're not going to worry so much about that. We have a lot of light cruisers. We have battleships, and they are just battleships right now. They're just 7-inch broadsiders. So maybe it is time to work on some newer heavy cruisers. And I'm not really afraid of going higher on the tonnage for these. So we're at 8,000, which is as big as the Nashvilles. Let's go up to 9,000 and see what we can get. We're going to take the deck back down to 1 inch, because that's always something I manage to forget. We're going to take the belt up to 5 inches, maybe? We'll leave it there for now. Take away the torpedoes. And we have 8-inch guns. So let's go with 8-inch guns as our primaries. And then, let's just leave doubled 8-inch guns, and we'll go with 6-inch secondaries. And we'll load up on those. Let's get rid of these tertiaries. So we're at 14 6-inch, 16 6-inch guns. Okay. And that leaves us with extra weight left over. So if I want these to go 22 knots, we're going to have to increase the tonnage a little bit by about 500. There we go. Give it more secondary power. Now these are expensive armored cruisers, but they are really nice. Like, they're really powerful. So 22 knot heavy cruisers with 8-inch primaries and 16 6-inch secondaries. That will do, I think. So we'll better build about 3 or 4 of those at a time. So we'll go ahead and save and finish that design, and we're going to spend the next 3 months collecting funding from our balance, unless we get our budget cut, which isn't that likely due to the risk of trouble with Russia. So this is a chance for us to stay out of foreign adventures. This might actually let us lower tension with Russia. It did. We're still in the danger zone. And it's not like I'm afraid of Russia. Like, if we could just have a battle, I'd be very happy. Well, this is a chance to get some. All right, who we gonna? Italy. Let's do Italy. All right, let's get some budget based off of the threat of Italy. And importantly, that also gets us into the yellow with Italy as well. It's like a backup tension, just in case it suddenly drops with Russia, which isn't too likely, but it could. All right. So can we build this Seattle class? We can. So we're going to build 4 of those at a time. And I think it's time to work on the Central Pacific. Let's build up the naval base there. And we do need to spend a little bit of money somehow. So let's compare our, you don't want to compare your dock size to other people, but there's unrealistic standards out there. We're good on dock size. So maybe, what do we got here? That's going to be expensive to build. Let's see here. We're good there, good there. Very, very good. We don't need any. Okay, so what are we going to build? We can build something here. Um, we really don't want more destroyers, honestly. So maybe we'll build another mobile class, just as like a spare. So let's go ahead and do that. And that'll start taking away from our funding excess a little bit. All right, save the game and go. Let's denounce Italy and hope for some budget, I guess, although our unrest is going up. But let's give it a shot. 207. Hey, all right, so that'll let us build another mobile. There we go. Yeah, let's take Shanghai, which will give us a base of operations in the Far East, as they say. Oh, and our tension went way down with Russia. What was that? Oh, nice, just double tension drop. Cool. So yeah, it was nice having a backup with Italy. We do need foreign tonnage, so let's go ahead and assign all of our New Yorks. Actually, let's go ahead and just put those on foreign station, and we're going to move those to let's see, a new division. So a new heavy cruiser division number 7. And these will just go into number 7 just so they're kind of out of the way. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. And now we have Shanghai, which maybe we can build up. How big is it? 60? Let's build a naval base there. And that'll take a good chunk out of the extra funding that we have right now. He's a disciplinarian. Let's gain some prestige, even though it's going to hurt the crew quality overall. Yeah, we have some fleet morale issues right now, but it will go away over time. And let's cause some trouble for Spain. Just so there we go. Because I was gonna say, just so we get a little bit more tension, just in case. And right there, we got a bunch of reductions because of the war. So that keeps us in the yellow with at least someone. Oh no. Well, let's do social reforms. Try and get the unrest down. Okay. And we are in the hole now for money. Let's try and get our budget back up if we can. We're just fighting the government right now. 220. Oh, there's a fire control. There we go, 234. Some really nice improvements here. This would be a good time to design a new battleship. Yeah, let's get more tension with Spain. Oh, it didn't work. Okay. But if we could have got a little bit more tension, it would put us very safely in the yellow for at least a few more months. But in the meantime, we need to look at putting these fire controls on some of our big ships. Unfortunately, our budget is tied up. We've invested everywhere. Yes, of course we can build you some destroyers. Wink, wink. He wants us to have 15 of them. So let's build the ultimate worst destroyer. So we're going to cut the speed down. We're going to make it short ranged. We're going to give it one gun. It's going to be a 2-inch gun. We're going to get rid of some of these torpedo mounts. Are we allowed to do this? That's fine. And what if we cut the speed a little bit further? We can. That's probably about as much as they'll allow us to do. We can't go any smaller than, what if we go down to 22 knots? Hey, look at that. So we have a destroyer that costs 102 to build, monthly cost. It only takes 8 months. So let's we're gonna call this the Gold Digger. There we go. And we'll be able to spit out 15 of those in order to get some budget, and it'll give us a prestige as well for. There we go. We'll build 15 of these. Why not? That's funny. All right. This is the Duncan class, 17 knots. This looks like a actually it isn't a rebuild. It's a new ship. Very plain Jane. Okay. All right. We are keeping our tension up with Spain, which is good. And if we go to war with Spain, that's actually kind of ideal. Yes. Let's have a gunnery competition. It's won by the Honolulu. Cool. All right, and let's put this one of the mobiles on halted construction for a minute. Actually, we'll put them both on halted construction, just to keep our head above water here. For at least maybe, yeah, at least about 3 more months or so until we're close to finishing these gold diggers. There we go. Oh no, they've reduced our money. Well, we can survive for another 4 months on this budget. So let's keep going. And hopefully we've got a prestige there. Let's give up our prestige. Oh, hang on. We can get some tension. Yeah, let's get some tension and prestige. There we go. Now we're back into the yellow with Russia, so we have a backup opponent. Let's not leak our technology because we are actually a technology leader, I believe. So we don't want to give away our advantage this early on, because if we can start fielding some of these battleships using all these technology advancements that we've received, then we'll be kind of ahead of the game going into like the 1900s. We don't care about Russia and Borneo. Germany's increasing their budget. Italy is increasing their budget. And we have elite monthly balance right now, 1337. That's elite for the older people of the internet. All right, we are very close to finishing up these gold diggers, which we will immediately scrap once they finish. And I think we will. We're close to, yeah, I think, yeah, we're going to build the battleships as promised. All right, yeah. So we're going to end up about in a pretty heavy deficit for about 2 months or so coming up. So essentially, it's going to take us 3 months to design the new battleships. And then we're going to have to put them in, start building them because we only have a certain amount of time to do it. and it's going to take 5 months to finish these Seattles. So we should just be able to squeeze these out. So let's go, and we might have to put one of these into halted, but we'll see. So let's design a new battleship. And I want to be able to see what our old battleships are capable of. So they're 10,800 tons. So let's go ahead and build a pre-dreadnought, the Minnesota. What if we go up to max size on that? 17 knots, which is pretty good. The deck, let's take it down to 1.5 inches for splinters. We'll leave the belt at, let's say 10. That saves us some more weight. We got 12-inch guns, which is really nice. Let's get rid of all these torpedo tubes, please. We have nice 4-inch tertiaries, which is pretty good. And we have 5-inch. What if we go to 7-inch? There we go, 7-inch secondaries. Yeah, they are in turrets though, which I kind of like. We probably don't need 120 rounds for 7-inch. All right, let's leave it. That's fine. We do want a little bit more rounds per main gun. And then if we go up to 12, we go down to 8. I don't know if I like that. Maybe let's do 1-inch decks. Yeah, I think a 1-inch deck would be good. I mean, not good, but it's acceptable. And then that'll let us add a few more tertiaries on here. And maybe we can go up to 18 knots. We can, but we have to take off a little bit of tertiary. There we go. So we have some extra weight remaining. So it gives us 18 knots, which is really nice. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see, 3 starboard, 3 port. Cool. So that gives us essentially 6 7-inch guns in the broadsides, backed up with 12-inch guns, and they're all quality -1, which isn't fantastic, but it is better than -2, which you can't actually upgrade very easily. Okay, this will be the Minnesota, maybe the Florida, the Nevada, the Illinois, the Connecticut. Yeah, this will be the Wyoming. How about that? And it is expensive. It's very expensive. But, oh, and it has the fire control, central rangefinders. Cool. I think these things could have a potential to rule the world. Okay, yeah, we'll stick with what we got. Oh, hang on. Did we gain extra weight there? I thought we had 20 some tons. What the heck? I don't know. What if we... Oh, we can't do it. There we go. Look, we're back to 36 again. What the heck? What is that? And now we're back to 88. What if we put these in single mounts instead of casemates? And what if we go back down? Look at that. We gain, I don't know how we do it. We gain like 50 tons. I'm not sure if we want the tertiaries in casemates or actual little, turrets. Turrets are probably fine. All right, yes, we gained 88 tons. Oh, hang on. Well, if we, I don't know how that works, but it must be a display bug of some kind. I don't know, but we're gonna keep this. Yep, this will be the Wyoming. We got our belt. We got every normal engines. Okay. And these will take 28 months to build once we start them. All right, let's get rid of all of these gold diggers. So let's scrap them. Off you go. No, we're not selling them to Japan. Get out of here. Silly old Japan. All right, this will go to Division 2. And we did gain a territory in Shanghai, so we need to be aware that our trade protection may have changed a little bit, but we'll see. All right, let's build railroads for the long-term prosperity. Uh-oh, and our monthly balance goes down. Why? Why is that a thing? I don't understand. I honestly really don't understand why it did that. Interesting. Now we're going to be in a little bit of trouble on the funding. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. We need to build 3 of these somehow. We're going to halt construction on this one, and that'll give us the couple of months we need, maybe. We're going to halt construction there. There we go. So we'll be able to do this. It's just going to be a little bit awkward. There we go. And then let's denounce Italy and hope for a little bit of budget boost. Nope. But it should even out here in just a minute. Let's denounce France. There we go. A little bit of budget. Now we can resume. We'll resume this one first. It's a delicate dance we're doing here. Get out of here. Average, they're just a couple of average captains anyhow. Let's actually, as much as I kind of wanted these, let's scrap them. Oh, okay, whatever. Well, we didn't want 8-inch secondaries anyhow. Okay. And then this Seattle is almost finished. There it is. No, man, come on. Let's at least get budget or prestige out of this. Okay, well, didn't hit us that hard, but it's not great either. Let's back our ally, gain some tension, but hopefully get some budget. There we go. All right, we're in the black again. This Charlotte will be done in a couple of months. So let's go ahead and resume construction on this one. And we have a new first heavy cruiser division. So let's assign these to the second cruiser division. And assign these to the first heavy cruiser division, the Seattles. And there'll be one more joining it in just a minute here. All right, and we're still getting tensions going down due to the recent war. So it's going to even out a little bit of this. We have some obsolete ships that we'll have to look at here once we finish our battleship program. All right, let's resume construction on this mobile. Let's send out one of our, there we go, there's an incompetent right there. Farewell, guy. You're going to go be a naval attache in some country that doesn't have a navy or something. Okay, let's put this into first heavy cruiser division. Very cool. Now that we finished our cruiser program, let's take a look at the almanac. We're up to 96,000 tons, which beats out only Japan. But at least we're not the lowest on the totem pole. Nations are like really big on heavy cruisers and apparently really big on battleships. Look at Japan with 18 battleships. Unrealistic. Definitely unrealistic. And we're still behind everyone except for Spain as far as total fleet tonnage. But I tell you what, I'll put our three battleships up against like most nations' battleships. Let's have a gunnery competition. The Wilmington won. Congratulations. Okay. Italy, let's drive up tensions with Italy again, just to get some tension going. Let's build railroads. There we go. We're going to have the best long-term economy, but that's kind of what the U.S. does, I guess, right? It's the slow boom for economy. Let's protest, get some tension. And our unrest isn't really going up, which is kind of a good sign. Let's build a few submarines, please. There we go. And I did look at the notes. They now have reliability here in this build screen. So let's build 4 of these. Just let's build 5 of them for now. We do like our submarines. All right, and we're gonna sit on this little bit monthly balance excess right now. Let's get budget and tension. All right, and now we're tense with everybody going into this the new decade, the new century actually, 1900s. We're gonna go, I think, one more month before we worry about spending on anything. We do want to get like over 10,000 on our funding. All right. Let's give up a prestige to get some more budget. There we go. Now we're gonna have like a nice boost to our budget now. All right. But first, what we want to do is we do want to upgrade the West Coast. There we go. Now we have 2,700 that we can spend. What do we want to do with it? Do we want another battleship? Maybe. So we'd have 4 in that first division. That would actually be kind of cool. Let's build. Let's design a ship based off of our current existing design. And you can see we gained some weight back. We did have some technology advances where we gained like 1% on hull savings and stuff. We'll call this the Wyoming 1901. It is like its own ship class. It's its own design. And that's really all we did was gained like a few tons. So maybe we'll just build another regular Wyoming, like what we already have, and not modify the design. That way we'll have 4 ships that are all the same class, and in the future when we go to upgrade them. Actually, speaking of upgrades, actually we should probably do this first. So let's open design for rebuild. We can put the central rangefinder on that and give it fire control positions. There's no guns to improve. And it's only 171 per month to rebuild. That's actually very reasonable. So we will rebuild those. And now let's build a Wyoming. Just a brand new one. And that still leaves us another 800 we can spend on a couple of upgrades here and there. So let's do, we're gonna leave these Huntingtons on foreign station, just to make sure we don't have a secret prestige hit on it. We'll upgrade the Rowleys. So I didn't replace the machinery. That's what I did wrong. Okay. We're going to have to rebuild the New Yorks again. All right, replace the machinery. That's why it was so cheap. I was wondering why it was so cheap. It seemed like way too cheap. All right, listen, I will make a mistake everywhere. Every chance I get, I will make a mistake. And we get to increase the speed on the rallies up to 21, give them fire control for their 4 little piddly 5-inch guns, and we'll save this. That puts us right about perfect on the monthly balance. Let's denounce Japan for budget, hopefully. There's another 1% saving on machinery. Nope, no budget increase. No budget, only tension. And we'll put these San Franciscos into rebuild as well now. So replace machinery, which is what I forgot to do last time. Take up to 22 knots. We can give them a fire control. It has no fire control positions. There we go. And that's probably fine. It's 890. There we go. Give them a few more 3-inch guns. Can we add? Very cool. All right, yeah. That's actually a nice upgrade for them. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. All right, now we need ships on foreign station. So let's put 2 of our Nashvilles on foreign station. Maybe. Yeah, 2 Nashvilles should cover it. So foreign station, there you go. And we're going to be in a little bit of deficit for a while here. This is the Odin class. 18 knots. 4 11-inch guns. 14 6-inch guns. I would put our Wyomings up against this any day of the week, even though we're a little bit slower. I think we're only 17 knots. There we go. Northeast Asia now has a capacity of 100. Oh, actually, we're 18 knots as well. That's very cool. The only weakness I think we have on the Wyomings is the 1-inch deck. All right. And now we have a couple of spare light cruisers. We're going to put those in Division 6. And we might just shift those around for like trade protection or something if a war happens to come rolling around. And once these New Yorks finish, we will have to rebuild the New Yorks. They're going to be down here in just a minute, but we need to replace the machinery. My bad. And it's really tempting to build another Wyoming, but I do think we need our Corvettes are so old now that they're not even on the build list anymore. I do think we need a little bit more Corvettes, so let's go ahead and design a new Corvette using all this technology that we have. We're going to get rid of all these guns, and we're going to make it colonial, get rid of the armor. Again, we're just going for cheap, affordable. So up to 20 knots. Will be a minesweeper. 153 per month to build these. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We can decrease the gun down to 3 inches, but it won't save us hardly anything at all. We can take it up to 5 inches even. Just the one gun. Let's add one more gun to the aft. That's just a tiny bit more expense, but just in case it has to fight. We'll even take it up to 21 knots, but we'll get rid of the aft gun. There you go. This is the Sprig, the Tumult, the Strive. Strive sounds kind of cool. Strive class. All right, we'll build like 10 of these, maybe 11 at some point. We'll build like a set of 6 at first. France, we don't care what France is doing. We don't want to raise tension with them anyway. Italy and Austria-Hungary are getting mad at each other. We're soon going to begin the Mediterranean Wars. So we're going to go up to 6 Strive class. And we're going to use our little bit of XX budget to put these New Yorks right back into rebuild. Replace the machinery. There we go. And we can take them up to 19 knots. Not quite. Or 20 knots. What if we take away tertiaries? No, it's not really going to work. We can actually just add some tertiaries. Or, hang on, we can add some secondaries. Nope, won't let us do that. Well, we can. There we go. So we get rid of all the tertiaries, but we gain a little bit more 5-inch secondaries, which is way better than 2-inch guns, in my opinion. All right. That's fine, whatever. These are our foreign station ships anyhow. They're only 19 knots. These will be going away here, probably the next time that they need to rebuild. I don't foresee us hanging on to those for very much longer. So France and Russia have signed an alliance that might make them brave. So let's rebuild this to that standard there. And then once these are done, these will go straight back onto foreign station. Hopefully stay there. Germany and Spain have signed an alliance. But yeah, those will go on foreign station and hopefully stay there until the end of their service careers. A visit from France. This is actually a chance to lower tension with France. I'm tempted to take it since they are now allies with Russia. So we're going to give up a prestige and we're going to lower. Ooh, Great Britain might be fighting some people here soon. Let's take a look at this. So Italy and Austria-Hungary are on the verge of war. Japan and Russia hate each other. Russia and Britain hate each other. And then I'm just like tense with half the global community. Okay, that's so typical of Italy, isn't it? Remember in the last campaign where we were Germany and we had all these alliances with Italy, and they would just bail on us as soon as things got tense. Okay, well there go those alliances. This might be a very interesting next episode because we are almost the 45-minute mark. So the next episode, we're going to finish up our Wyomings. We're going to finish up this set of rebuilds here. We will start on a new set of strives, if I can remember to do all this stuff. And then we'll start rebuilding our Nashvilles and the Huntingtons as well. We might have to rebuild the Galvestons as well here soon. But yeah, we are set up to have a nice little fleet here. We're going to have 4 of our Wyoming class. And I just want to check the almanac real quick here before I end it. Yeah, it puts us up to 124,000 tons of battleships, which is still the lowest in the world. I just don't think that battleships are very useful in this era, especially for us, but who knows? All right. As it is, I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out with me. We got hit by storms yesterday, but it was like a quick like little blow through. Like we didn't take nearly as much damage as I thought we would. So here I am today. So I managed to get this one out for this will be on Friday that you see this video. And then maybe I'll record one more tomorrow or 2 more tomorrow for Saturday and Sunday. We'll see. But again, thank you all. I'll see you next time and sail safe.